In this video, we're going to share with you how to make rose panna cotta. It's a very delicate dessert, rich in floral flavor. If you're interested, please keep watching. The night before, we're going to soak some edible rosebuds in milk and cream. It's kind of like cold brew coffee, but instead of coffee, we're going to have some rose cream. We've listed all the ingredients for different serving sizes on the screen here. You can also find it in the description box below. Stir this well. Cover it with a plastic film and let it sit in the fridge overnight. The next morning, take the cream out of the fridge. It doesn't look much different from the previous day, but if you taste it, the cream is already full of floral flavor. Drain the flour out, and we're going to warm it in a saucepan. Add sugar to the mixture. While the milk is warming, soak the gelatin sheet in cold water. If you're using gelatin powder, the ratio is slightly different. Warm the milk until it's about to boil, and now the gelatin sheets are fully soaked and have become very soft. Squeeze the excess water and add them into the warm cream. Mix this together well, and then transfer it to a Pyrex cup so that's easier to pour. Pour this into the dessert serving cups you're going to be using later. If you don't care about decorations, this is the end of the video. You can just toss it in the fridge for 3 hours. Just keep the cream in the fridge, and once it's set, it's ready to serve. But if you want to add some pearls and like rose coloring and make it look nice, you can keep watching. Here's how we decorated our panna cotta. After pouring it into a container, put them in the freezer to let the cream cool down quickly. First, cut a small piece of gelatin and soak it in the water. Then, we're going to add some color to the panna cotta so it looks more like a rose. You can use food coloring here if you want to, but if you don't have it, like us, we're going to use the rind from a dragon fruit. Remove all the spiky parts from the outside of the dragon fruit. Cut the fruit open and remove the rind. If you're using a red dragon fruit, you can use the juice directly, but if you're using a white dragon fruit, you have to boil the rind to achieve the beautiful pink color. And don't worry, the rind doesn't have any taste. Add the rind with half a cup of water and half a teaspoon of sugar. You can use other fruit skins to achieve the same result, such as the peach skin. Boil this and then remove the rind. That's the pink color we're going to use to decorate the panna cotta. It's very nice. Add a small piece of gelatin to the pink juice and mix it well. And take the panna cotta out of the freezer. Slowly pour the pink water on top. Now we have a beautiful pink gradient. The color looks just like a rose petal. Keep it in the fridge for at least 3 hours. During this time, we'll make some rose tapioca pearls for decoration. First, take the rose bulbs and twist the bottom parts. That way we can easily get to the petals. And then tear the petals into small pieces. We need half a cup of tapioca flour. Just add a 1/4 cup to the bowl first and save the other 1/4 cup aside for later use. And also keep the rose petals aside. Then, boil half a cup of water with 2 tablespoons of sugar. When the water boils vigorously, pour the tapioca mixture in. Mix it and pour in the other half of the tapioca and the rose petals, and mix it again. Cover a working surface with tapioca flour, and then transfer your dough onto it. We highly recommend to wear gloves when kneading the dough, otherwise it'll be impossible to knead the dough since it's too sticky. The water to flour ratio we gave you earlier will give you a wet dough. But you can always add more tapioca flour to make it easier to work with. Separate the dough into smaller pieces. Cover the unused dough to prevent it from drying out, and then roll it with both your hands into a long stick. Cut the stick into several sections, and then cut the sections into smaller pieces. Sprinkle this with more flour to prevent them from sticking together, and then roll each of them into small balls. Add these balls into a pile of tapioca flour to prevent them from drying out. The process definitely requires some patience. We're going to shake the excess flour off before we cook. Add the boba into boiling water and stir occasionally so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Once the water is boiling, the pearls will float to the top. Cook it for about 15 minutes, and then cover the lid and simmer for 5 minutes. Drain the water and add the pearls to a bowl with 2 tablespoons of sugar to prevent them from sticking together. These pearls are so pretty. Not only do they have a light pink color, but they also have a mild rose flavor, which is really nice with the panna cotta dessert. If you don't have the patience, just cut them into small pieces and toss it with some tapioca flour. At the end, the boba will look like this. It's not round like a ball, but it's still pretty good, and it saves lots of time in rolling. Now let's take a look at the panna cotta. It's so pretty. It became like jelly. The pink is so nice. Pour the tapioca pearls on top and garnish with some of the rose bulbs and petals. Voila, the panna cotta is done. The creamy part tastes so great and it's very rose-like, and the boba pearls are very chewy. They all taste like rose, but in different levels. Together, they make a perfect combination. The ingredients for the panna cotta are so simple, but it tastes so rich and so creamy and delicious. Thank you for watching until the end. Make sure to like and subscribe, and click the bell button to get our future recipes.